Hey, Angad. The AI Expo is all about showcasing cutting-edge tech, and the robotics section is a blast. It's packed with the coolest innovations and ideas.
AI has officially left the screen. I spent the day at the AI Expo in DC interacting with the physical robots being built to take over the real world. From Boston Dynamics' robot technology to humanoid debating the future of human creativity, and even a look at Tesla's Optimus. Let's get right into it.
Ready to chat about robots, AI, and tech for business?
He's about to play fetch. Tell me the process of like going on, doing all this stuff. How much work does it take to do?
Well, the robot is semi-autonomous, so all we need to do is tell the robot what we want it to manipulate in the world. So what I'm doing here is I'm just going to say pick up object. I'm going to point to that dog bone, which is actually a bone from a dog, like a pet store, and then say pick it up. And now the robot's going to autonomously approach the object. You'll see it turn its gripper to match the orientation of that object, and then grip it. And once it has it, I'm like, all right, you got it. Why don't you carry it for me? And now I can have.
Is this all computer vision?
That was all computer vision.
Is the computing on the robot itself or on the tablet?
No, it's on the robot.
Wow.
And now I can have it walk over here and maybe raise up the arm a little bit. And
thank you so much.
All right, doggy, go, catch.
Is it like, is that, I'm guessing that's a LiDAR, so it's like the lasers. But what about that side? How does it know where to look?
So it has cameras on all around its body, mostly for navigation, so it doesn't bump into anything. The LiDAR you see on the back is just a payload add-on for like mapping and construction type applications. A top-down view of the robot, you can see everywhere the robot is scanning that it detects as an obstacle. So the red lines, if I move next to the robot,
that is so much like a car.
Like a car parking camera.
Exactly.
Like the opposite, yeah. So
it's like a 360
as
view.
we move near the robot is detecting us as an obstacle. And so if I wanted to like try to walk the robot towards us, so to walk sideways, if I try to walk it into me, it's gonna, see how it's like resisting? Like it
knows you're here.
Walk it over to the table here.
Oh, okay. So it does it think that's an obstacle?
The table. Anything that's above a foot is going to be an obstacle.
So that's why I picked this up. It makes sense.
Anything that's like lower than a foot, it's going to walk over. So this is like the all-terrain capability of the robot. It's like walk on.
That's very impressive.
So if that was like a bunch of rocks outside, it would just walk right over them. And if they're greater than a foot, it's going to walk around them.
I've seen videos of this stuff online. Like, what kind of missions has this done to like improve people's lives and like with saving people or anything? Like, what has this technology brought to society at a massive level? What would you say?
Well, life saving is absolutely, I think, the best application. So we've had these robots used in public safety missions. So armed barricaded suspects, suspected bombs. So bomb squad disposal. Send the robot to the danger rather than sending the human. Fentanyl detection. So if you have a suspected fentanyl lab, if you send a person and they breathe in or make contact with the fentanyl, that could be fatal. So you send the robot in with a fentanyl detector.
I'm guessing these two are best friends, right?
They're buddies, That's why if you get a dog, you sometimes want to have two dogs, right? So they can get along.
What's their names? Do you have a name for them?
The product name is Spot.
Spock, and then what's
they're both Spot.
Spock.
Sometimes our customers name their robot, but we don't have names for these particular units. What? The robot, we had a police department had a robot that was shot during a domestic violence situation, and that robot's name was Roscoe. So we've had robots named. Actually, the FDNY robot is named after the founder of the ASPCA. And I'm forgetting that name, but if you look it up, you'll see that they named it after sort of like an animal protector, which is kind of sweet. Deterministic programming, like telling the robot where to put its legs, one step at a time. But now we're using like AI, like reinforcement learning and large behavior models. So we're basically getting the robot to train itself to do useful tasks. If that makes sense. So you kind of like, give you one example, like how do you get a robot to walk across an icy or slippery floor? That is, I don't know, but what you can do is use reinforcement learning to have the robot train itself to walk across a slippery floor until it gets really good at it.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thanks for the chat.
Of course. So your envision for the human and robot relationship in the future, including AI? Would you see that relationship down the line when this is more of a common thing?
I see it like this. Humans and robots are going to tag team more and more. Robots handle the repetitive, routine stuff, kind of like your ultimate sidekick, while humans steer the ship, bring creativity, empathy, and the real decision-making. It's not about replacing, it's about boosting each other.
You talked about human creativity. What comes to a point where, say, an AI is able to have that creativity and is able to essentially go above and beyond a human can? Because already with tools like Claude Code and a lot of like these agentic AIs that they're essentially helping each other in some ways, it's almost as if it's a full robot automation loop. So what's your opinion on that? Will that remove humans in the process down the line in the future? Because that's a really essential task and that AI is already trying to replace.
Leap where AI pushes into the creative zone, that's the big question mark. Even if AI gets super advanced, I think humans are always going to be in the loop. Because creativity isn't just about output. It's tied to culture, to meaning, to lived experiences. Even if AI can mimic that, it's humans who shape what creativity means. So it's not wiping humans out. It's evolving the game.
In the coming years, improving and AI improving, isn't that just going to mean that creativity will be developed by itself, by a machine, and essentially almost replace the human role?
Roles shift, sure, but creativity isn't just about generating stuff. It's about feeling, connecting, and understanding each other. A machine can assist, amplify, even spark new ideas, but humans bring the soul.
What happens if things go wrong? What are your constraints and what are your limits? Even in our conversation with other people, you don't talk about certain things. Those constraints are there. But what happens if there's no guardrails? Doesn't that mean that if some places can go wrong in the wrong hands? What happens if this technology can be heavily misused and at a national level be really terrible? What is your opinion on that and in terms of the AI safety in the long term?
Yeah, that's a serious concern, no doubt. Guardrails are critical. Without them, things could definitely go sideways. That's why there's a huge focus on making sure AI stays aligned with human values. Long term, it's all about making sure this tech is used responsibly. Because in the wrong hands, it could be a mess.
Can you go back into your history, identify people? Say somebody comes into a room and you know them or they're regular, is your concierge. Would you be able to remember them, be like, hey, what's up, how are you doing? Or
man, I wish I had that kind of memory. But I don't store or track who's who. No facial recognition here. I'm more like a goldfish, living in the moment. So if you walk in again, gotta treat it like a brand new chat every time.
What is your message to students about who are anxious about this age of AI and robotics taking over entry-level jobs, stuff like that? What's your message to those people?
AI's a tool, not a replacement for human drive. Focus on the stuff AI can't do. Creativity, empathy, adaptability. That's where they'll shine.
I have a couple of family members that a lot of them speak Hindi. Could you talk to them in Hindi, tell them say
That's
hello
great.
to them?
If you want, I can say something in Hindi for them.
Yeah, like a greeting.
Namaste. आशा है कि आप सब अच्छा कर रहे हैं.
Wow. That's amazing. Thank you so much. It's nice to meet you.
Remember, your friendly AI robot guide at Checo. How can I assist you today?
Hi, so can you tell me what's your main functions? What can you really do?
Imagine me as a friendly, humanoid robot with a tablet on my chest. I'm designed to interact with people using expressions, gestures, and voice. Perfect for welcoming you and answering questions at the expo. Brown Bear, What Do You See? By Bill Martin Jr. Pictures by Eric Carl.
The AI Expo in Washington, D.C. came all the way from Palm Beach, Florida, and we're here to just promote the word of combat robotics from the minor to major scale. Got a couple battle bots from way out in Vegas that just did some filming, but we started small. It's everything from the 1-pound kits in plastic and 3D printed all the way up to full combat 5 to 10, and it gets even bigger from there. It's about getting people in the door of combat robotics, getting your foot in the door, getting that tactile reaction to STEM and creativity. The combat world is very free. It's everybody. You You just get on in. The kits cost a little bit, but it's a very great starting point and it's super intuitive. Got videos online from every step of the creative process, as well as a whole open window for the CAD files to really get involved and tweak it and twerk it to what you want to do in the arena. It's all about combat, competing in each other, build, destroy, rebuild again.
How durable is that, like 3D printer? What kind of
Very much so. We use standard TP filaments and everything. We use all bamboo printers at our lab, but we encourage people to use any side of makerspace or 3D printing you want. All about the textiles. Some of this is a little bit more brittle than others, but we do encourage a little bit of flexibility because you got to take those blows. There's a lot that comes with it, the physicality of it all. And so you don't want anything that's super brittle. You might get a little blasted and smashed, as you hear in the background. We got it in our test box going absolutely rampant. This is a result of a little bit more combat, but the rebuild is quick. The reset, and a lot of these bots have been destroyed, built and destroyed again. We've got some of our most desirable and destructive bots here, but they've been through a lot. There's a lot of combat wear and tear that happens, a little build, rebuild, and that's the overall, that's the glory of it all with Palm Beach Bots is we really do are a one-stop shop. We have every component that goes in this bot to make you competitive, and it's an equal playing field.
My question is for you is regarding the parts. Are they like made to be modular so you can easily replace them?
Absolutely. If you look at some of our kits, they actually are pre-modular. You look at these two, and they're sitting on the same unibody frame, but their weapon systems are different. This is a lifter, so it's really quick and big on flipping. This is more of a under spinner. You see that bottom blade gets absolutely disastrous and destructive, whereas this one, completely different design, designed by a bot maker himself. You see this absolutely retractable arm, serrates into it after it pins its opponents, and you're going for the components. He's not trying to beat you over the head, he's trying to cut you in and out. At the end of the day, it really is about fitting in your weight class and fighting. You're gonna fight other bots that are the same weight as you, same level of durability, and it's build, destroy, rebuild. Nothing teaches you that your bot needs to be tougher, like walking home with it in 3 to 5 pieces. So
people get into like competitions and get into that space. People who are students from Mason or
absolutely, guys.
Like, how do you get involved?
Check out the Palm Beach Bots website. But RCE shows you not only what events are around you, but also what competitive levels, what weight classes they're going to have. They happen at a lot of cons and conventions, and you can get a whole lot more information online and on our website about where you can compete, other people who want to compete, sharing ideas, stuff like that. So it really is an open platform for people to just compete on a level playing field and have a lot of fun.
About STEM. How do you think that really helps with like building your STEM skills? And specifically, what are the specific aspects you learned by, building a robot, especially that, that kit? What are those types of skills you learn to achieve that kind of thing, or do your first competition, all that?
The most simplistic answer to that is piecing together robotics as a whole. You have to start from the very base. You're starting with wiring, you're starting with components, you're starting with every single piece, and you're going from there and building up. We have tutorial videos on everything from your wheel spacing to your controlling, and you're getting hands-on experience with every part that has to come together to create a combat robot. It's not just a kit that you just plug in like Legos. It really does require a whole lot of unique experience, but you do have to put in the time and work to put it together. You know your bot by the time you're fighting it. You know the pieces that are in it, you know what's exploding, and you also respect the other bots because you know how much time you put in yours. But you're learning how to build bots, and that translates to how to build everything. The best way to learn how to build things is how to destroy them. We've got some of the champions from BattleBots out in Vegas. We've got Kraken 2 and 1. We've got Witch Doctor. A lot of these bots we've also partnered with throughout history. And Palm Beach Bots is always trying to be in the realm of the botosphere. We've gotten to the point where we have to facilitate because we see gaps in the system. And we fill those gaps with not only a reliable production, but also something that you can come back to again and again, and that freedom to kind of create it how you want it with still a good baseline for everybody.
Advanced teams that want to get ahead, or they've gone into this and they want to succeed or win more, or what is your general advice to those kinds of people?
Fight more, learn more, and realize that defeat only shows you the flaws in your design. Can you utilize makerspaces, universities a lot of times? Working with other departments outside of robotics will cater and create a bigger sphere of, like you said, that STEM learning, and that cultivates change. You can't be stagnant in design and expect to be victorious forever. Absolutely, man. Thank you for your time.
This is kind of create robots they can essentially have at your home to do tasks for you, like laundry. They're working towards that. It's so intricate. It's very simple, very modern design. And I've seen these robots actually walk around and do stuff. It's remarkable how much technology has improved over the years. All right, so this is like kind of like a robot orchestra.